Hey everyone, welcome back to Hit Wicket, and today we are going to be doing a preview for Bangladesh for the ODI World Cup that's coming up. We have done Team India, England, Australia. You can check that link out above. Bangladesh, obviously, has been huge drama and all that with the two senior players in Tamim and Shakib. But let's be honest, Bangladesh always have drama surrounding them. We are originally from Bangladesh, so we do follow their team. And the
Unfortunately.
a lot of times, but the Asia Cup didn't really go that well. I know they won that final game against India, which will be good, but excluding that, it didn't really go great.
No.
There were a lot of question marks on it. The squad looks okay. It's not gonna like blow the world or anything, and they don't have many X Factor players in there. But there's still quite a few utility players in there who, if they can outperform what we expect of them, then maybe Bangladesh can go somewhere in this tournament. But yeah, what do you think? Oh, I guess we can do this combined again, but I like the XI. I think no Tamim there, so I think the other Tamim has to open, the newer, younger Tamim. Him and Liton Das.
Yes.
Then Shanto, who's actually been in pretty good form.
Yeah, Shanto 3, then probably go
Shakib, Mushfiqi,
Mahmudullah. That's pretty standard.
Mahedi, like Mahedi Miraz, not Mahedi Hassan.
Mahedi will be at 7.
I think actually Nasum Ahmed, the way he's been batting, and he bowls like decent, but he's been batting really good. Like a number 8, you need who can bat a little bit. And I think he's better than Mahedi Hassan, like the other Mahedi. I like Nasum there. And then the 3 quicks, I think Taski and Shariful, definitely, they've been the 2 best. Third one, it's between, I would say, Fizz and Sakib. Tanzin Sakib. I actually would go with Sakib, honestly. I don't like how Fizz has been bowling for a while now. He's been quite lackluster, honestly. Only if the deck's spinning this much, which is weird for a fast bowler, then he performs well. But Sakib has that energy about him.
And also, Shakib can actually bat a little bit.
Yeah, he can actually. He can hit bat a little bit,
So I think, I would go with that XI as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I hate Fizz.
Look, he's good, but he hasn't been really in that great bowling form. Like, maybe against weaker teams, but like against stronger teams, he hasn't actually bowled very well recently. Like he always seems to bowl like a loose ball every over. That seems to go for 4. So he was quite economical before, and this newer Tanzid has been bowling pretty well. Tanzid Sakib, he's been bowling quite well. So probably just go with that XI.
Predictions on where they'll finish. I believe they'll bow out in the group stage.
Same.
I think there's too many strong teams for them to get through to the finals. But I think they could still get maybe 3 to 4 wins if they could beat like Netherlands, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, and maybe one of the big teams. I don't know which one. They'll struggle too. But if they could, I think if they can get 4 wins, that's a really good result, to be honest.
I think so,
Because the other teams are quite strong, like the likes of India, England, South Africa. Maybe New Zealand they could beat, but New Zealand always performs well in World Cup.
Exactly,
But if they can get 4 wins, I think that'll be a big plus for them, honestly. There's no way that... I can't see them getting to the finals. No. It's basically impossible,
I don't
honestly.
think so either.
And I'm saying that as one who wants them to perform, of course, but I can't see that happening. I guess we'll just smooth into what are the top 2 performers for Bangladesh. I'll go first this time. Bangladesh top 2 performers, I think I'll go obviously Mahedi Hassan. I think he'll have a decent tournament, and he has the batting capability, bowling capability. Other day in the warm-up game, he batted quite well, actually. He batted really well, got that 60-yard. And he can act as a bit of a floater. If needed, he can open. If needed, he bats at the end. He's a utility player for sure for Bangladesh. And he's got runs in all those positions. And he's been bowling well too. He's been bowling accurately, bowling economically. He's not going to give you a bag of wickets, but maybe he'll go 10 overs for 40, 1 for 40, 2 for 40, which is pretty handy. And number 2 player... Liton Das. I think every time we watch the game, we shout his name. It's like a secret thing we have between us brothers. But every time watching Liton Das, I don't know, we always just shout Kumar Liton Das. His name's just really nice to say. And we always say, but I genuinely really do love him as a player. I think he hasn't performed as well as he should have up to this point. But when he's on, he's on. Like he can make any great team look crap. Like the way he's smashed around like India, Pakistan, he's done as well. And those are like top 2 teams. Like his technique is flawless when he's on. He just makes some silly decisions sometimes. That's why he hasn't got the record he would have hoped for. But I think he's got a good chance of doing well this World Cup up the top. That's where the field is in. He hits a lot of boundaries, and he's a technical player, but he hits a lot of boundaries. And yeah, I think he'll perform well. Who are your top two performers?
My top two performers, I'm going to go with Tuscan. I think he'll be really good, up front. He's been bowling pretty well for the last 12, 18 months now. Decent pace, hits the deck hard, and I think you need that in these conditions. And yeah, he's had a pretty good, even if the team hasn't had a very good 12 to 18 months, he's had a very good 12 to 18 months. Sure. And I think he's going to be very critical if they're going to win any games, honestly. So Tuscan's probably my top performer. And then my second top performer, I think there's a lot of options I could have gone with, in the batting, and it's probably some close calls. But I'm actually going to go with Nassum. I think he's going to have a pretty big impact. I think he's been bowling, pretty good, and I think he might get a little bit more, possibly give a bit more spin in India, or maybe he might not. But he bowls relatively accurately, and I think this tournament's going to be very big for him, for him to develop his confidence for future. Yeah. And to be honest, he does score some handy low order runs too. Yeah. So I think it's going to be pretty important when you put those two factors together, the bowling and also low order runs. I think it's going to be a big impact. Yeah. And I thought I'd just go for a young gun. They already have the Mushfiqur, Mahmudullah, Shakib. They'll hopefully they'll do well. Shanta is also up there as well. He's been batting really well recently, and he's also upped his tempo and how he plays, which is really impressive. Yeah. But I thought I'd go with someone a bit different than normal. So
no, that's a good pick. So that's our Bangladesh team preview done. Join us for our next one.